Hello friends. So in this class I will discuss the third chapter from the book of Medieval Indian History of Satish Chandra. Okay. Third chapter, South India, the Chola Empire. Powerful kingdoms had risen in South India during the 6th and 18th century. The most important among them were Pallavas and the Pandyas, who dominated the modern Tamil Nadu, and Cheras of modern Kerala, and Chalukyas, who dominated the Maharashtra or the Deccan. So Pallavas and Pandyas dominated modern Tamil Nadu, and Cheras modern Kerala, and Chalukyas Maharashtra or it was Chalukyan king Pulakeshin II who had defeated Harsha and not allowed him to expand his kingdom towards the Deccan. Who defeated Harsha? It was Chalukyan king Pulakeshin II. Some of these kingdoms, such as Pallavas, Pandyas, had strong navies, and they also played an important role in strengthening the economic, religious, cultural relations with the countries of Southeast Asia and with the China. Their navies enabled them to invade and rule some parts of Sri Lanka for some time. The Chola Empire, which arose in 9th century, brought under its control a large part of the peninsula. The Cholas developed a powerful navy which enabled them to conquer Sri Lanka and Maldives. So it was Chola with the help of the powerful navy they conquered Sri Lanka and Maldives. Its impact was felt even by the countries of Southeast Asia. The Chola Empire may be said to mark a climax in South Indian history. Rise of Chola Empire. The founder of Chola Empire was Vijayalaya. So founder of Chola Empire was Vijayalaya, who was the first feudatory of Pallavas. He captured Tanjore in 850 AD, and by the end of 9th century the Cholas had defeated both Pallavas of Kanchi and weakened the Pandyas, bringing the southern Tamil country under their countries. So founder of Chola Empire was Vijayalaya. He captured Tanjore and also defeated Pallavas of Kanchi and Pandyas and brought southern Tamil country under their control. But Cholas were hard put to defend their position against Rashtrakutas. As we have noted in a previous chapter, Krishna III defeated Chola king and annexed the northern part of Chola Empire. So Chola Empire's founder Vijayalaya, and they defeated both Pallavas and Pandyas, but they were not successful in defending their position against Rashtrakutas, because Rashtrakutas king Krishna III defeated the Chola king and took the northern part of Chola Empire. This was a serious setback to the Cholas, but they rapidly recovered, particularly after the death of Krishna III in 1965 and the downfall of Rashtrakuta Empire. Death of Krishna III, after his death, the Rashtrakuta Empire came to exit. Age of Rajaraja and Rajendra I. The greatest Chola rulers were Raja and his son Rajendra. Chola empires founded by Vijayalaya, but the greatest rulers are Raja and his son Rajendra I. Raja and his son Rajendra I. Raja destroyed the Chera navy at Trivandrum and attacked Kulan. He then conquered Madurai and captured Pandya king. He conquered Madurai and captured Pandya king. He also invaded Sri Lanka and annexed the northern part to his empire. These moves were partly motivated by his desire to bring the trade with the Southeast Asian countries under his control. The Coromandel coast and Malabar were the centers for Indian trade with the countries of Southeast Asia. One of his naval exploits was the conquest of the Maldives. Rajaraja annexed the northwestern part of Ganga kingdom in Karnataka and Oran Vengi. So Rajaraja played very important role in overall Chola Empire's expansion. Basically, with a strong army, he conquered the Maldives and Malabar. Malabar and Coromandel coast are important for India's trade with Southeast Asia. So he conquered the Maldives and also Ganga kingdom in Karnataka. Part were took by him and Oral Vengi. Rajendra had been appointed their parents in his father's lifetime and had considerable experience in administration and warfare before his accession to the throne. He carried forward the annexationist policy of Rajaraja. So Rajendra I carried forward the annexationist policy of Rajaraja by completely overrunning the Pandya and Chera countries and including them in his empire. The conquest of Sri Lanka was also completed with the crown and royal insignia of the king. The queen of Sri Lanka being captured in the battle, Sri Lanka was not able to free herself from the Chola control for another 15 years. Rajaraja and Rajendra I marked their victories by erecting a number of Shiva and Vishnu temples at various places. The most famous of these was Brihadeshwara temple at Tanjore, which was completed in 1010. The Chola rulers adopted the practice of having inscriptions written on the walls of these temples, giving historical narrative of their victories. Brihadeshwara temple at Tanjore was the most famous example of Shiva Vishnu temple of built by Rajaraja and Rajendra I, and they have the practice of inscribing the inscriptions on written walls of these temples about their victories. That is why we know a great deal more about the Cholas than their predecessors. One of the most remarkable exploits in the reign of Rajendra I was the march across the Kalinga to Bengal, in which Chola armies crossed the river Ganga, defeated two local kings. This expedition, which was led by the Chola general, took place in 1022 and followed in reverse the same route which the great conqueror Samudragupta had followed. To commemorate this occasion, Rajendra I assumed the title of Gangai Konda Chola, the Chola who conquered the Ganga. So, Gangai Konda Chola, the title was belongs to Rajendra I. Rajendra I got the title of Gangai Konda Chola. He built a new capital near mouth of Kaveri river and called it Gangai Konda Chola Puram, the city of Chola who conquered the Ganga. So new capital was built by Rajendra I. It is known as Gangai Konda Cholapuram and the title got by him is Gangai Konda Chola. And even more remarkable exploit in the time of Rajendra were the naval expedition against the revived Sri Vijaya Empire. The Sri Vijaya Empire, which had been revived in the 10th century, extended over the Malaya Peninsula, Sumatra, Java and the neighbouring islands and controlled the overseas trade route to China. The rulers of the Sailendra dynasty of the Sri Vijaya kingdom were Buddhist and had cordial relation with the Cholas. The Sailendra ruler had built a Buddhist monastery at Nagapatnam, and his instance Rajendra I had endowed a village for its upkeep. The cause of the breach between the two apparently was the Chola eagerness to remove obstacles to Indian traders and to expand trade with China. The expeditions led to the conquest of Kadaram or Kedah, number of other places in the Malaya Peninsula and Sumatra. The Chola navy was the strongest in the area, and for some time the Bay of Bengal was covered into Chola Lake. So the Chola has the strongest navy, and for some time Bay of Bengal was covered into a Chola lake. So this is all for today's class. I will continue the remaining in the next class. So please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.